And 2 people are recovering after an argument led to a shooting overnight. Milwaukee police say it happened just before 1 this morning near Winland Lake Avenue in Roger Street next to Hayes Bilingual School. Tonight, police said a 19-year-old is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Another person later showed up at the hospital but is expected to be okay. Police do not have a suspect in custody. 3 people are safe after a basement fire in Milwaukee's River West neighborhood. It happened around 10 this morning near Humboldt and Burleigh. Fire crews used a ladder to rescue people trapped on the 2nd floor. Luckily, no injuries were reported.
Yeah, I mean, that's our #1 priority is rescue and safety, making sure the people, the citizens get down okay. So that's obviously our first choice. We're going to put a ladder up and get people off that 2nd floor.
The battalion chief says the smoke alarms in the home were working. In a chaotic week from Wisconsin to Washington, just hours away, lawmakers returning to Madison for a marathon few weeks. More chaos expected on Capitol Hill, and tonight the exclusive news-making interviews are right here on Upfront.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's a critical week ahead. Lawmakers looking to push through a number of bills in these final days of the session. And tonight, Governor Tony Evers is here exclusively. The bills he's already promising to veto inside Wisconsin's prisons and the governor's response to a Democratic presidential candidate calling him ridiculous.
Then showdown in Washington, a failed impeachment vote, Senate Republicans killing the immigration deal, and a potential push to oust Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell from leadership. Republican Senator Ron Johnson tonight here with it all.
And that new Marquette Law School poll, what Wisconsinites think about both Trump and Biden.
The exclusive news-making interviews coming up all new at 11 right here on Upfront.
And for just the 2nd time ever, the Super Bowl went to overtime tonight.
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
With just seconds left on the clock, the Chiefs came from behind to win the Vince Lombardi Trophy. The Stars turned out in Vegas to watch the game. Taylor Swift there supporting boyfriend and Chiefs player Travis Kelce, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, LeBron James, all among those in the crowd. And there's Gwen Stefani. And of course, who could forget Usher headlining the halftime show with special appearances by Alicia Keys, Ludacris, and others. He even did part of the show on roller skates. 12 Sports' Stephanie Sutton will have tonight's Super Bowl highlights later in our newscast. Well, the federal government is spending taxpayer money on medical equipment no one ever ordered.
It was for catheters, 2 shipments of catheters that I did not order, did not receive.
An update to our 12 News investigation tonight, we're finding even more people caught in the middle.
And looking outside right now, we've got quiet conditions, temperatures getting down below freezing, and we're carrying that over into the week. I'll have that coming up on Weather Watch 12.
You may have noticed auto insurance rates are on the rise. Hi, I'm Mallory Anderson. Monday on 12 News this morning, what you can do to cut the cost of your monthly bill. And from Trump's ballot battle in front of the Supreme Court to Taylor Swift flight fight, attorney Dan Adams joins us live for a look at the legal landscape. And wake up knowing what to wear with Lindsay's forecast. See you Monday.
Hey, Milwaukee, grab your phone and scan this QR code to download our free Very Local app. Watch our newscasts, original series, and so much more. Scan the code and stream like a local.
Tonight, 12 News investigates the federal government using your taxpayer money to pay companies for medical equipment people don't need. 12 News already uncovered this issue with COVID tests. Now, catheters are causing the problem, and it appears to be even more widespread. Investigative reporter James Stratton uncovered even more improper payments since his first story aired Tuesday.
When the story aired last week, the phone calls and emails flooded in. Now we've uncovered a couple dozen more people caught in the middle. So far, we know Medicare has paid more than $97 grand on their behalf, each time footing the bill for catheters people don't want and don't need. Sherry Miracle was surprised to see a $2,900 payment from Medicare on her behalf to a company she's never heard of.
It was for catheters, 2 shipments of catheters that I did not order, did not receive.
You said Medicare called it an innocent billing mistake?
They said, oh, it's probably an innocent billing mistake.
Do you think there's anything innocent about this?
No.
The fraudulent bill was from a company in Fort Lauderdale. We called that company with her.
8196.
And like we've seen so many times before,
the number you dialed is not in service at this time.
Miracle called 12 News Investigates after seeing others in the same situation in our story that aired earlier this week. And she's not alone. So far, dozens of people have contacted 12 News, and so far we've uncovered Medicare paid $97,837.23 for catheters no one wanted. Is Medicare wasting taxpayer money?
Absolutely they are. And they don't seem terribly, that's probably one of my biggest frustrations is when I contacted them, they just didn't seem terribly concerned about it.
The Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services has repeatedly denied an interview with 12 News, giving virtually the same statement every time, saying, quote, it is committed to preventing fraud. We've always heard this is just scratching the surface of what may be fraud. New reporting from the Washington Post and New York Times both say it could be as widespread as $2 billion. If this has happened to you, we want to hear about it. Email me or go to wisn.com/tips to report it. In the newsroom, I'm James Stratton.
Well, to see any of James' previous investigations regarding COVID test kit and catheter fraud, click on the 12 News Investigates tab on wisn.com. And today, a push for supplies for new parents. The Milwaukee Diaper Mission teamed up with Lakefront Brewery for an annual diaper drive. Each diaper donated was on a Lakefront Brewery gift card. The drive also accepted wipes. Last year, this drive collected almost 9,000 diapers, a record they were trying to beat today.
We work really hard to make sure that we have enough supplies to support our community, and we really can't do that without people donating diapers and wipes to our mission.
Multiple sources, including the National Diaper Bank Network, say half of families struggle to afford diapers. Such an important cause, and we have some nice weather this week.
Yeah.
Starting pretty quiet, Gino.
I like a quiet start,
I do
and
too.
hopefully a quiet end too.
Yeah,
a little bit of both. We did see temperatures today. They got up into the upper 30s, some lower 40s in Chicago, and some 50s even further down south towards Louisville. But their 50s, well, they might be seeing a little bit of snowfall in about the next day or so. They've got a winter weather advisory. Very warm conditions to start off the month of February. Every single day has seen above average highs from the 1st through today, fluctuating from the 30s, 40s, and even 50s. We almost got to 60 degrees on Thursday. That was also the day where we had that record-breaking tornadoes in February. So the average high is now 38.3. What does this mean? It's just the average high and low together. It's the warmest start to February. We don't really have any snow on the ground. We haven't really been talking about much snow. I mean, it's been a while since we've had more than an inch of snow come down from the clouds at one time. We don't have anything like that, at least for the next few days, but things could change later on in the week. We've got high pressure overnight tonight, so as you're waking up tomorrow morning, nice and quiet start. You don't have to worry about any impactful weather. Down to the south, that's a different story with a stronger area of low pressure that's going to cause, right now, even the last couple of hours, some strong and severe thunderstorms where they have a slight risk of severe storms all the way from Louisiana up towards Alabama and Mississippi. But on the northern section of it, we've got winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories all the way from Texas, Oklahoma, up towards Boston, where some areas that have been enjoying the 50s in the Northeast are now going to be shoveling perhaps upwards of a half a foot of snowfall. For us, When's the last time we even had more than an inch that came down from the clouds? It was 30 days ago. But we might, and that's a really, in quotation words, might break that on Thursday or Friday with a chance of a little rain snow mix. As for tonight, high pressure moves eastward. We'll wake up tomorrow morning with mostly sunny skies. A little bit of cloud cover across the northern part of the Badger State. Moving into tomorrow afternoon, same conditions, maybe a few clouds moving into the north, but otherwise remaining nice and dry as that storm system moves off to the east. As we head into Tuesday, a little mixture of sun and clouds once again. I think more cloud cover Tuesday than what we'll see on Monday, but still remaining dry. No impacts to your weather forecast if you have anything planning out to be doing anything on Tuesday. Next weather system will arrive here on Thursday and perhaps early Thursday. Depending on the track of it, could be either rain or snow, maybe a little bit of both. But with temperatures in the mid-upper 30s, I don't really expect much of a significant impact. And then as we head into Friday, there's another weak little system behind it. With some cooler air, I think this will be the better opportunity for maybe some light accumulating snowfall possible. I mean, we still have a few days out. We'll monitor as we get closer in. But I think probably what we'll notice afterwards is once those systems move out of here, we're going to start to see some cooler air move down to the south, and that's going to start to drop those temperatures, not drastically, but a little bit cooler, and below average temperatures are expected as we head into the next 6 to 10 days. We've been dealing with a well above average highs. Well, now we're going to flip the page over here and talk about some cooler highs with riding around maybe a few across parts of our area. So for the next few days, temperatures getting into the 40s, 44 on Monday, 40 on Tuesday, 44 on Wednesday. Upper 30s on Thursday with a chance of some light rain and snow showers. Friday, another slight chance of some snow showers. Temperatures remaining near freezing on Saturday, but more sunshine next weekend. Highs getting back to mid-30s on Sunday.
Very nice. Thanks, Gino. Well, our person of the week tonight is a Milwaukee native making history in Nashville, Tennessee. In 2023, Fisk University became the first historically black college or university to have a gymnastic team. Aaliyah Reed is a Milwaukee native and an athlete on this groundbreaking team. She joined WISN 12 this week to share more about her journey.
Now that I'm part of something so big, that I'm an inspiration to a lot of little kids out there, and I feel like being a part of the first HBCU gymnastics team is especially big because that's like nobody has ever done that before, and I'm just really honored to be a part of the first team.
Reed is a graduate of Wauwatosa East High School. Congratulations to our WISN 12 Person of the Week. Well, Valentine's Day is this Wednesday. We'll show you how you can make your loved one feel special without breaking the bank. Plus, Super Bowl 58 goes to overtime. The NFL team that came up winners in Las Vegas. Stephanie Sutton is next in Big 12 Sports.